This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so the IDCS is the account which will allow you, IDCS is the application which allow you to manage the users, group, application, security related things. So in the, you need to go to the federation by clicking on this menu, and then go to the, then by click on this action menu, and then from there you need to click identity and then federation. When you click on the federation, you will see your IDCS URL. Just click on this admin console URL, and then you will be landing on a different page from where you can manage your users, group, security, application quickly, right? So here you see the users, application, groups, all reports, logins, passwords, and if you click on this Hamburg menu, you will be able to see the security related thing and then settings. So in order to create a new user, just click on the users tab, and from here you can click a add button, right? Once you click on the add button, a pop-up will come up which will allow you to enter your username and the password. Here I will just give one first name, Chan, and here you can see, okay. And then if you wanted to use the same username and the password as the email ID, you can use the same, but you can keep your username as a different as well, right? So I will keep both the same things and then click on the finish button. Okay, once you click on a finish button, a email will be triggered on your particular email ID. From there you can change your password, right? Now in order to give a access of a particular application, right, whenever you create an instance, whether it's a YC, whether it is a SOA CS, whether it is a API CS, anything, right, our application will be created, and then you can give access of the application to any one of the user. Just click on our dashboard. No, you can go to the application, and then from here you can search your OIC application. So here you see these are the applications by default, and once you create any application, once you create any instance, our application will be registered. So it is a ATP. No, so go back. What is this here? Okay, just go down. Integration auto, new OIC instance, right? So Subham has created one OIC instance. Just click on this, and then here you will see multiple things like configuration, like application roles, like group, like users. Now once you click on the application role, here you will see the multiple roles will be there, right? Like the service deployer. Once you assign this service deployer role, right, to the user, user will be able to, I hope, instance deployer role, I hope user will be able to activate or inactivate the integration. Apart from this, user will not be able to see, do any activity. If you make user as service administrator of this particular application, user will be able to do anything in your OIC instance, like read, write, access, and delete access as well. But if you give service developer role to any particular user, user will be able to have read and write access of the integration part, but user will not be able to go into the monitoring tab, and user will not be able to see anything in the monitoring tab. Okay, service invoker is again a very beautiful role. When you assign any role to a user, right, user will be able to invoke your APIs, but when user will be able to log in, right, user will not be able to see anything. Anything means user will not be able to see any integration, user will not be able to see any monitoring tab, connection, uh, agents, nothing. So he will be able to log in, but once he log in, he will be able to see a message like user is not authorized to perform this action, something like this. So in a production, right, when you expose any API, right, don't give your credentials, just create a new user and provide a service invoker role to them so that they can invoke your APIs. Okay, service monitor again is a different role. Whenever you provide this role to a user, user will be able to monitor the things, right? He will not be able to create integration, create connection, edit, and something like this. So this role is basically meant for the administrators user, right? Service user role, I have to look into it, right? But you can try to read it out. What is that? And service viewer is a read only access. Whenever you give any role to the user as service viewer, user will be able to have a read access, right? He will not be able to update your integrations, connection agents, right? These are the roles you can give to a particular user, right? So what I will do, I will, okay, so in order to assign a role to a user, what you can do, you just click on this particular action menu and then click on assign users, right? Once you click on assign user, a pop-up will come up where you will see all the users which you have created. If you assign this particular user to any user, right? So here which is the gray out, right? Which means the user is having this service administrator role. If you wanted to give and to assign any user, just select this checkbox and click on a OK button.
So this won't merge with my things which we had created.
Sorry?
The one which you are creating and the one which I have created, this won't merge, no? After
I didn't get that.
creating application or anything, tools and all.
Shubham, can you please repeat?
Like the one which you had created and now you are creating the user inside my ONCS. So while creating any integration and all, things won't get merged now. Which you had created will be separate and which one
No,
which I
absolutely correct. The things will not merge. You will be use your own user. I will be able to use my user, right? The difference only is that you are the administrator of the whole tenancy, right? You will be able to create instances. You will be able to remove instances, but I as a user will be able to access your OIC instance, nothing more than that. And I can access the same OIC instance which you can access. I can create my own integration. You can create on your integration. Till the time I touch your integration, there is no harm on your integration which you create. Okay. I hope you got me.
Yeah.
Okay, Shubham, actually you have to help Amit as well. Amit is not able to create his account, so I need one user for Amit as well. Please allow me to create a user for Amit also, yeah, if you can allow.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do that and go ahead, please?
Yeah, so you can.
Okay, once Amit will have his access, we can remove Amit user from his tenancy, from your tenancy. Will that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Amit, you there? I hope.
Yes.
Amit, can you share your email ID?
Yes.
Amit Kumar. Your last name is Kumar, is it?
Amit Sharma.
Okay. What's your email ID? Please let me know.
Okay, I'm pinging you on
Please ping. Where are you pinging?
on your WhatsApp.
No,
Okay,
don't on WhatsApp. Chat me here only, yeah, on the GoToMeeting.
So Ankur, this feature will be like gone after 1 month or?
So yeah, mine one worked for 3 months, and after that it got terminated. But looks like they are very restricted now, and I hope they will terminate your account after 1 month. But I am not sure. Let's see.
So we have to
how.
learn the entire things in 1 month or practice.
Huh?
So we have to practice the entire things in 1 month, or after that we can access.
So after 1 month, you have to use your friend's email ID in order to get a new account. Oh.
Oh yeah, that is also good.
Amit MS. Amit, is that okay?
Yes.
AMITMS.net. Okay. I'll just finish it. You will get a email and where you can change your password. Okay, but please don't misuse of these credentials. Don't share with anyone, huh?
Okay.
Okay, now your user has also been created. Now I hope you will get one email. Okay, so let me just see if I have received any email so that I can uh, change the password. Yes, I have received it. Let me just activate this account. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just share my screen. Yeah. Mm, okay, guys, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. So I hope you can see the PPT as well. Okay, so guys, today's agenda is I'm going to show the connectivity agent. What is connectivity agent? What is the prerequisite in order to create a connectivity agent? How we can download, how we can install, and then how we can use this connectivity agent in order to connect your file system via the file adapter. Okay, so let's get started and see. So let me just share my this thing. Okay, so let me just go into the integration, and then in order to access the agents part, you need to go to the integration and then agents, right? Now here you see this page will allow me to manage all the agents, right? So what is connectivity agent? There are two type of agents are there. One is execution agent and the second is connectivity agent. So these days only the concept, only the connectivity agent concept is there, and there is no concept of execution agent group. I'll tell you the connectivity agent. What is that connectivity agent is? The connectivity agent will help you to connect your application which is running on premise, which means if you want to connect your on premise application with the help of Oracle Integration Cloud, you cannot connect it directly because it is behind the firewall. So in order to connect the application, the on-premise application with OIC, you have to install a connectivity agent on a machine from where you can access your on-premise application. For example, let me just sketch one picture for you. Guys, let me know if you can see the paint.
Yes.
Okay, so let's suppose I say I have one database, right? I say this is the database, right? And it is on-prem database, right? And here I say here is the OIC, right? So you want to make the connectivity, and I can say I have another on-prem application like SOA. I have another application like EBIS, right? EBIS, right? So you can have multiple on-prem application. Now, if you want to connect all the application with the help of OIC, right? Right? Do you think that you will be able to make a connection, with OIC directly with your on-premise application? No, you cannot. It is because OIC is on a public cloud and your application is behind the firewall. The public cloud cannot identify the private networks, right? Now, in order to identify the private network, so what you have to do, so you cannot make a direct connectivity, right? So what you need to do, you need to have one box over here in the middle, which is called a VM or physical VM, where you need to install the connectivity agent VM. You can say connectivity agent VM. You can say this is called connectivity agent VM, right? And whenever you have this VM, right, you make sure you are able to connect these on-premise application with the help of this connectivity agent, right? And then you access this on-prem, and then on-prem will establish the connection with the agent VM will connect with the on-premise application and will respond back. So this is how you will be able to connect with your OIC application. But whenever you install an agent on a VM, please make sure this VM is very near to your on-premise application. For example, if I say the database, let's suppose database reside on your US data center. SOA is in the Germany data center and the EBS in your London data center, right? So if you install a agent VM, right, in the India data center, right, then India, if you try to connect the India data center with the US data center, right, there will be a multiple hops because the request will come to the India and then it will go to the US. So there is a recommendation that whenever you are planning to install a connectivity agent on a particular VM, make sure you will have the VM in the same data center so that the performance can be enhanced or performance can be increased and there is no lag in the connectivity. And whenever you are planning to have this connectivity agent, make sure you have all the ports open or your connectivity agent with this particular on-premise application. So how you can make sure, right? So let's suppose there is a IP of this database, like I say 10.11.15.112, and the port is 1521. Okay, and now you wanted to access this database host with this particular OIC via this connectivity agent. So make sure you are able to telnet with on this particular IP 54.12 and then 1521. So if you are able to make this telnet, on this connectivity agent with this particular IP and then port, which means you are able to access the database with this particular agent. So if agent is able to access this on-premise application, then only you can access the on-premise application, otherwise you cannot access it, right? Now, if the SOA is in different data center, right? So make sure you will take another VM on this particular data center and then install a different agent. Same ways for the EBS. But yes, you can have the same VM to connect to any on-premise application, but make sure all the on-premise application is in the same data center. This is not a mandatory, but this is a recommendation. Whenever you are planning to install connectivity agent, make sure it will have on a same data center where your on-premise application is up and running. Guys, any question on this?
Okay, let me explain now. Like,
Sorry?
If we have three different applications, then connectivity agent will be three, but the VM will be same. If we have three different applications, like in database SOA and EBS, the VM will be the same, but the connectivity agent will be the different.
No. So what I'm saying is, so if you have this database SOA and the EBS, and all are in different data centers, right? And you wanted to, and you are very keen, with the performance as well, right? So what you can do, you can have 3 VMs on the different data center. One is in a database data center, one is in server data center, and then EBS. So you need to install 3 VMs and then connectivity agent 3 times on the different VMs.
So
This is the recommendation, but you can install one connectivity agent on particular centralized machine from where you can access all these 3 applications.
And so we can do like that also, one connectivity and one VM correlating with the 3 different applications. That is also possible.
Come again?
That is also possible. Like you told, one connectivity agent, one VM correlating with the 3 different applications.
You can do that, but all the applications should be accessible via this VM. For example, I gave an example like database having this IP and 1521. The SOA will have a different IP, a different port. The EBS will have a different IP and a different port. Make sure all the ports are open on this connectivity agent VM.
So, my question is, so basically we are creating this agent in order to avoid that, because all our other applications, say for example, in this example, you have a database, SOA, and EBS instance, right? These are behind the firewall, and OIC cannot directly talk to the firewall because of private and public. So we are installing an agent in this case, you're installing the agent in the VM, but that should not be in the firewall, right? It should be in the public cloud or something.
Yeah, it can be in the public cloud, but again, this public cloud should be able to reach to your on-premise application. Otherwise, you cannot make a connection.
Yeah, true. But I'm saying, so your VM, what I can say, the rule there is the VM has to be a public. It cannot be in the firewall either, right? But if it is in the firewall, then you have the same problem.
So you can, okay, good question, Cal. Actually, you can have in the private cloud as well. But let me just go ahead and we'll let you know the prerequisite as well of this particular VM. So basically, the prerequisite is that whenever you are planning to install VM, whether it is a public cloud, whether it is a private cloud, right? Make sure you will have the internet connectivity on the VM, because during agent installation, you need to communicate with the OIC, and OIC is on the public cloud. You can communicate with the public cloud only once you have the internet connectivity established on the particular VM. So if you have on a public VM, then there is no problem. You will have the internet access. But yes, whenever you are planning to install your VM, right, behind the firewall, right, some network guy will not give you the internet access, and someone can give you. If the guy will not give you the internet access on the particular VM, what you can do, you can ask them to whitelist your OIC IP at least, so that you will be able to make a connectivity between OIC and the particular VM.
Okay, I gotcha. So basically, if it is within the firewall, just whitelist that OIC instance so that at least the VM can talk to public only to OIC because you whitelisted only OIC.
Absolutely correct, yes.
So let me ask you this: OIC. So there will be a multiple IPs for OIC, right? If you have a, or it always be a static IP for OIC.
So yes, so there are multiple IPs, there will be a range. So in order to get this range, right, you just need to raise a SR, you need to give your OIC ID, and then they will provide all the static IPs to you, and then probably you can go ahead and whitelist all these IPs.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Ankur,
any more question?
sorry, I tried with the login, still not working.
Which one?
The recently you created.
So have you activated your account?
Yeah, reset the password.
I'm able to log in. I hope you should be able to log in.
Actually, maybe they restricted my ID. That's why.
Who?
Oracle. Yesterday I told you, na, means
No.
they have. I tried to register.
I don't think so, yeah. What error you are getting? Hello? Hello? Amit, can you hear me?
Actually, The page is not opening.
Okay, just give me a minute. Let me just try to give you the URL and just try to access it. Huh? Shubham, can you paste this IC home URL to on the chat? I'm not able to see how I can do this. Actually, I'm not getting this text box where I can enter this thing. Okay, let me just enter on this WhatsApp. So I just ping you over the WhatsApp. Just try.
Uh, didn't received till now.
Not received. Oh, okay. Okay, you will receive soon. Okay, if not, if you are not still able to create, just if you have your own different ID, just provide this to Shubham, and Shubham will be able to create another account for you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now there are particular, okay, so we are talking about this particular VM, so let me just download it. So in order to download this agent, what you can do, you just go to this integration page and then agent, and from here you can click on the connectivity agent in order to download that connectivity agent. Right now this is a 158 MB setup. Okay, so the prerequisite of the connectivity agent, right? You should have a virtual machine where you can install that connectivity agent. You can have the Linux virtual machine, you can have the Windows virtual machine, you can have the Unix virtual machine as well, right? And apart from this particular VM, as I mentioned, that you should have the internet access. If you cannot have internet access, make sure you will whitelist all the IPs of the OIC on a VM so that the agent can be installed, right? Because during installation we need to give the OIC IPs, OIC URL, and VM will the agent will be able to communicate with this particular OIC. So make sure you will have the public internet access or the OIC IP with whitelisted on particular VM. This is second. The third is you should have a 4 GB memory and at least 50 GB or 10 GB space so that the agent can be installed. So this is a very lightweight agent, right? It is just like a 150 MB setup, right? And whenever you will try to install, it will take another space, not space. And when you will try to communicate, a log will get generated, and for which you would be needing a space on that machine, right? This is third. The fourth thing is that you should open all the ports of your on-premise application so that the on-premise application so that the particular VM can connect to your on-premise application, and then OIC. Okay, now before you install a connectivity agent, right, you need to create an agent group. Agent group is nothing, it is just a reference of your connectivity agent. And on a single agent group, guys, please listen it very carefully. On a single agent group, you can have up to 5 agents, which means if you create a single agent group, you can install 5 agents on a different machine, and you can refer the same agent group, which means you can make your agent in a high availability mode. So whenever you are planning to make your integrations productionized and you have your on-premise application as well, make sure you will have a 2 different VMs on a different physical boxes so that high availability can be done between the agent group. So if one agent group gets down by any chance, or the physical machine gets down, the whole physical machine, then your integration will not get impact, and another agent installed on a different VM will be able to serve the request. Okay, now in order to create an agent group, just click on a create agent group button, and here you need to enter the details, like you can say OIC agent, something like this. and the identifier will come up automatically, and then you can provide a description optionally. Now just click on a create button. Once you click on a create button, a agent group will be created. Here you see OIC agent, and here just here you will see the confirmation message as well. The agent group OIC agent was created successfully. Just close it, and here you see the numbers as well, right? The numbers means that as of now there is no agent binded with this OIC agent. That's the reason you are getting 0. Once our agent will be installed and bind with this particular agent group, the count will get increased automatically. So let's see how it can be. So here you can see this a zip file. Whenever you try to download a connectivity agent, a zip file will be downloaded with name OIC underscore connect underscore agent installer. So let me just copy it different. Okay, let me just, looks like it has not been downloaded properly. Yeah, so let me just extract it. I will take a help of 7-zip, and then I see. Hold on. So I will create another folder over here. Folder 2. Okay. Okay, so I'll just accept. Okay, this has been extracted. Now just go there, and here you will see a folder will come up with the name OIC underscore con underscore agent underscore installer. Just open it. Once you open it, here you will see the multiple files and multiple folders. One folder is agent home, the connectivity. Okay, so I forgot one more prerequisite. You would be requiring the Java 1.8 plus in order to install that connectivity agent, and make sure you will have installed the Java on the machine on which you are trying to install that agent, and make sure it is only Sun JDK with version 1.8 plus. Otherwise you will not be able to install that connectivity agent. Okay, now here you see the multiple files, the connectivity agent jar file, the upgrade utility, and then configuration file. So this connectivity agent actually is the file which will help you to install the connectivity agent. The second jar file will help you to upgrade your agent. So you don't need to upgrade your agent manually. Whenever if your agent is up and running, right, and if there is a new version of the agent, then Oracle will upgrade your agent, in the background. You don't need to take care anything. Okay, this configuration file will have certain properties which you need to configure, which I will show you later. Now just go to the agent home, and here you see the multiple folders, right? The like agent folder, bin folder, lib, logs, third party, and then version. If you go to the agents, here you will see different folders like cert, configuration, and data. If you go to the certificate, here is the keystore.jks. Whenever you are planning to install any certificate, you can take help of the jks file and you can install a certificate. Whenever you are trying to establish a SSL communication, right, then you have to install a certificate of that particular application, and here you can install the JKS certificate. You can install a certificate into this JKS file.
Ankur,
With the help of
can I ask a quick question there on the cert? So you remember there is a certification option in the OIC also, right, where you can import the cert for various applications. So that cert is different from this, correct?
Yeah. So this was only for cloud application, and whenever you are planning to make the on-premise application, then you have to install certificate here only, because the on-premise application connection will go via the agent. Hence, you need to make a certificate installation into this JKS file.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So do we know what version of TLS they support on the cert?
Which one? Which version?
TLS version on the, because these are all suppose if you have a SSL cert, right? TLS. So
Okay.
now we are having, so some of the cloud providers, some of the on-premise which are running on the cloud, or some of the application supports TLS version 1.3, but Oracle is not supporting 1.3. So do we know that this cert
Mm,
will
I'm
support?
not sure. I'm not sure, but I hope the 1.2 is supported for sure. And I have never heard this 1.3. It is the 1.3 has been launched also.
Yeah, 1.3 is in production, meaning a lot of applications start using 1.3, but
Okay.
especially from OIC point of view, from the database point of view, it is not enabled. So I thought this would be different than that, but yeah, we'll talk that later. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. No issues. I have never heard this 1.3, but yes, happy to know. But I hope YC is using the TLS 1.2, not 1.3. But yes, at time to time, once 1.3 will get increased, they will upgrade their agent and will support this 1.3 as well.
Okay, so they will upgrade it by running that the upgrade jar file you told me.
Yeah, so you don't need to take any action manually, right? All the upgradation will happen automatically in the background.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So under this config folder, you have two properties. One is CPI agent.properties. If you open it, you will see certain properties over there, and it will be filled up automatically when you will install agent, like the ISIS platform, proxy, or admin profile, right? And
Sure.
then you have this logging.properties file where you will see a lot of logging levels. If you want to increase your logging levels, decrease your logging levels, you can take help of this particular file, and then you can increase or decrease. You don't require to update this file until and unless Oracle asks you in order to debug any issue. Okay.
Okay.
Go back, and then data is blank, and then go to, sorry, here the bin, again the blank, the library. So there are a lot of libraries which comes by default with this particular agent. You don't need to touch anything. The logs folder, whatever logs will come of the agent, it will be come under the logs directory. So this is an important directory. If you want to debug your issue, I will show you the logs as well. And here's a third party, and then lib. Under this lib, you can install, you can keep the third party libraries if you want. Right now, okay, the version I hope will give the version of your OIC, or no, this is the version of agent actually. Now just go back and then open this configuration file, and here you will see multiple things. Right here you see the OIC URL, here you see the agent group identifier. So in a OIC URL, you need to give your OIC URL, right? Like till.com. Take it and then give it there, and you need to append the port like 443, right? And then agent group identifier. So agent group identifier is the OIC agent which you have given. Just click on this, and this is the identifier. Just take it from there, okay? And then copy over here, okay? And then here you will see the different properties like the proxy host, proxy port, the proxy user, proxy password, and proxy non-proxy host. So these are the important properties whenever you are trying to use any proxy on your VM in order to install the connectivity agent. So as I mentioned that the network guy will not give you the complete access. So whatever they say, they will give you the proxy host and the port in order to connect to the internet, right? So they will give the host port, and in some cases they will give the username and the password as well. So you need to enter these host and then password in order to communicate with the OIC. So proxy non-proxy pros, here you need to give all the host machine which will be treated as a non-proxy, which means if any host is not going via the proxy, then you need to give all the hosts there itself. Now these are the two mandatory properties which you need to give. Okay, now just save this file and go to the command prompt. Now here I will open the command prompt. Okay, and I will see my Java version first. Here my Java version is 1.80241, right? Which means the Java version is okay and I am good to install my connectivity agent. Okay, now in order to install a connectivity agent, there's a command called java space -jar and then connectivity agent.jar. So this is the command to install your connectivity agent. Just enter the command. Once you enter, it will ask you to enter your username and the password. So I will enter username and then I will just enter, and here it will ask you the password as well. So I will just enter the password and then enter. Once you will enter your username and the password, it will make certain checks with your OIC and will try to communicate with the OIC as well. Here you see there are a lot of messages like making call to check agent group availability, multiple things. And once it is installed successfully, you will get a successful message that done with agent installation and configuration, starting agent for message processing. Now here you see the agent started successfully, now available for new messages. Now just go back and then refresh this window. Here you see the count has been increased from 0 to 1, which means our agent has been installed successfully. Now you can click. Okay, you are not able to click on this. Okay, so this is how you can install connectivity agent. Once agent is bind with this agent group, you cannot delete that particular agent group, right? Now here you can see the agent detail, like the name of the identifier, when it is updated last time, updated by, created, and then created by. Okay, you can click on this agent in order to see all the agents which you have installed. Here it will give you the IP address of the machine where you have installed, and it will give you the laptop or the VM name as well. So if you need where you have installed connectivity agent, you just need to click on the agents from this action menu, and then it will show you all the agent group, the VMs related information. Now if you want to unbind the agent from this particular agent group, you just simply remove this. Once you remove this, the agent will be removed from this particular agent group, and then you will be able to delete that agent group also. Now in order to see the health, what you need to do, just go back and then go to the monitoring and then integration and then agents. So here you will see the health. Here if it is a green, right, which means your agent is up and running. If it is in red, then your agent is down. Okay, now just go to back. Any question? Anyone? Any question?
Yeah, I have one question, of course. So basically, the way the agent works is pretty much like a gateway or proxy. That's all it's doing, like passing through and passing through that. That's my understanding. And
Yeah, absolutely.
oh, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when you say agent group, right? So we can have multiple agent packaged under the agent group. So the multiple agents, so if, for example, right, in real time, you have dev instance of your database, test instance of your database, and production instance of your database. All three might be running in a different server, and and may have a corresponding VM, or maybe you can put that agent on the same database tier. I'm just assuming that you can access through public internet. So you can group the agent of dev, test, and production under one agent group, and then that agent group can that be done through that way instead of creating each agent for each instance?
No. So basically, whenever you will have different database instances, like one for dev, like for test, and like production, right? And
Yeah.
same ways you have the different OIC instances, one for DAV, the second for test, and the second for the third for production, right? So then you have to create different agent groups, right? You have to install our agent on a different VM and then bind it.
Okay, but you said you can have maximum of 5 connection agent can be what do you call bind with one agent group, right?
Yes, absolutely correct. But it will be on the same OIC instance, not on different.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
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 And Ankur, one more question. Have you what about the VM creation? We
So
need to
creation,
install
okay. So
on the
you have
VM.
to, so you can, so you don't need to take care about VMs, right? The infra guy will give you the VM whenever you will plan to install, right? But for your POC purpose, you can use your Windows in order to install that VM. If you don't want to use the Windows, what you can do, you can create a VM on the Oracle Cloud. I have showcased earlier as well. You can create a VM. You will have access. You can transfer your agent binaries over there, and then you can install.
Okay.
POC purpose Ankur, which we have to use, the Windows or the VM in the Oracle?
You can use Windows as well. You don't need to take care of this different VM.
So VM, like connectivity agent is basically used to connect with like on-premise application. So why we are again creating a VM, Ankur?
Sorry.
Just I think I have missed something. Like why we are creating a VM again? We have, I know we have to create, but since we have created connectivity agent to correlate with the on-premise application, and now we have to, we need to create a VM, I think, if you told.
Hmm?
So why we
No,
are
I am
creating
saying
VM?
no. I am saying for your POC purpose, if you wanted to have VM, you can create a VM on a on a Oracle Cloud, right? This is first. Second, if you don't want it to have a separate VM, you can leverage your Windows in order to install. But
No, but
for your real scenario, for your real scenarios, you need to ask the VMs from the infrastructure guy.
yeah, but why we need to create VM? That is my question, which you explained earlier, I think.
So if you it is, you know, if you want to install connectivity agent, where you will install? If you want to install anything, where you will install? You would be requiring some virtual machine or the physical
Okay,
machine where you will
yeah,
install, right?
means connectivity agent is reside on VM.
Yeah. So it is just a
Okay.
installer where you need to install. How will you install and where you will install? You will install somewhere, na?
Yeah.
Okay. Now there another thing over there, right? Now, whenever you install connectivity agent on Windows, right? And once you close this window, or if you control C, or your agent or your machine goes down, right, then the agent will be shut down. If you do control C, your agent will become down on the Windows machine. And in the Linux machine also, if you simply put the command like java-jar connectivity agent.jar, right, your putty gets closed or your putty connection get lost, then your agent will become down. So you need to install connectivity agent in the background, right? How you can do this? Okay. Now here in this file, you will see there are two more properties. Like one is OIC user, and then second is OIC underscore password. Okay. Now here you need to give the OIC username and the OIC password. Once you provide your OIC username and the OIC password over here, it will not ask the username and the password while installing the agent, right? And here you can enter the password as well, like the password is like one. Okay, now just save this file, and here there's a command in the window like start space /b, then java -jar the connectivity agent.jar. So this start space /b is a Windows command which will install the agent in the background. So this start space b is not a, you know, the agent command. This is the Windows command, right? And now if you are planning to install connectivity agent on the Linux machine, you can use nohub command in order to run your application in the background. Okay, I'll just stop sharing my screen and will enter the password. Okay, and now I will go on a VM. Okay, now, okay, and when you see on the monitoring dashboard, now the health will be red, which means the agent is down. Now just enter this command. Okay, now here you see the command came out and it is on a different command. I was trying to initialize the credential store, and once it will be installed successfully, your OIC user and the OIC password will be in the encrypted. So I'll just open this and I will show you this as well. So here you see the OIC user and the password has been encrypted after installation. So you don't need to bother about if someone will open this configuration file, your OIC and the password will be taken by someone else. No, it will be encrypted. You don't need to take care. Now, in order to kill this agent, you need to shut down your VM, or you need to find the associated PID, and then you just need to kill that PID, and then your agent will be down. So this is how you can start and stop agent. Any question on this? Anyone? Any question?
I'm good.
Okay, that's great. So I'll just stop sharing my screen, and then okay. So next session. Okay, so we will take tomorrow or day after from there itself. So we need to rush up to the office as well. So I'll just stop recording first of all.
This
Okay.
conference
So
will
guys,
now be recorded.
oh, sorry.
Ankur, can you please